Hey guys, it's Rob here. Real quick, I'm a bit sick right now, so if my voice sounds off in this video, that's why. Anyways, today we're going over another former three-stage location, Fargo, North Dakota. This was a three-stage that lasted quite a long time and ended up being one of the last three-stage locations before it was removed. I want to thank Keegan Salt 2006, or Keegan Salt, for requesting this location. As usual, I've gathered information from multiple different sources, which I'll be linking in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as in the next Chuck E. Cheese video, we'll be covering a location whose spots have an interesting history. Anyways, let's get into the history of Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese in Fargo, North Dakota. The 1202 Kodak Drive location, which is the only location that opened in Fargo, opened on February 8th, 1984 as a Showbiz Pizza Place. This was a franchised store owned by Great Plains Associates, which also owned the Billings store. It also was the only Showbiz Pizza Place to ever open in North Dakota. We actually have multiple photos to go through, which shows off this location as a Showbiz. Let's go through them. Starting with stage left, we can see what Billy Bob and Looney Bird looked like during this time, and they look pretty good. I also like seeing the wide beak Looney Bird mask being used here, as I like it over the more narrow mask variant. You can also see that this photo was likely taken before the late 80s, as the background is still Smitty's Super Service Station. Next are 8 photos of the location's interior. Yes, 8. Let's start with these 3. These 2 photos showcase the arcade section of the location, with games such as Whack-A-Mole, Moon Patrol, and Pole Position 2. Apparently there was a sequel to that game. The other photo shows off an extra 2 arcade machines, Mr. Adu's Castle and Jungle King. Meanwhile, this photo shows off a register desk and the showroom entrance. Now for the other 5 photos. For some reason, the interior now has the orange wall stripes replaced with blue ones. Apparently, this is because of a franchise exclusive remodel, which is very interesting. It makes me wonder if the logo signage ever got changed, or if this was just an interior change. This photo shows what appears to be the entrance of the location, with another food counter and a skill crane. Yeah, sure. There's also a few other games here lined on the wall. There's also this photo which has a lot of the same machines as the last photo, though in a different spot. I don't know if locations had more than one of these machines, or if this is a different location. I just thought I'd include it here since it was part of the collection of photos I found. We can also see in this photo this piece of art that has Billy Bob and Mitzi on it. There's also this photo of the showroom entrance and the showroom, though some curtains are closed here. This photo doesn't show much, just the beverage logo on the wall, with the blue stripes and a bit of the counter beside it. The last interior photo shows off the rides, as well as an inflatable ball pit, a surprising thing to see in a place like this. The last photo shows off the exterior, with a long awning in front of the doors and the typical Showbiz Pizza Place logo. I have to say, although we only get to see stage left from the Showbiz days, it's very cool seeing this many photos exist of the location, especially with this much of the interior. Apparently, this location also received the Uncle Klunk package, which I find interesting because this location opened after he had already been introduced into stores. This location also received the Showbiz Pizza Campground upgrade in the late 1980s, though unfortunately I couldn't find any photos of this. I also have no clue if this location got the 1988 remodel or not. Beginning in 1989, due to a disagreement between Aaron Fechter and Showbiz Pizza Time Inc., concept unification occurred, in which every Showbiz Pizza place would convert their Rockafire Explosion ban into Munch's Make Believe ban. Fargo would be one of the vast majority of locations to undergo this change, receiving it in October of 1991. There's a video of the location during this time, showing off the showroom as well as the Chuck E. Cheese walk around for this time. The animatronics look to be in amazing shape here, which was typical of early concept unification. The Chuck E. Cheese walk around during this time was the one used in the late 80s, sporting his red vest and derby. Anyways, in 1998, the location received the major 90s remodel, as well as the Phase 2 game package, which would have given the store an exterior that looks like this. There's a video from Scott Kramer, surprisingly, that features footage of this location in 2000, showing off the animatronics during that time. Although the footage is brief, we can see that Helen and Munch got their plastic masks, which presumably means Chuck also got his plastic mask, since he's usually the first to get one. The rest of the characters still had their latex masks during this time, and Munch Jr. and Pizza Cam were still present. Even though the footage is short, we can see that the animatronics are in great shape here. We also see the walkaround used during this time, wearing the tuxedo and red derby. Sometime in the 2000s, this location, alongside Billings, switched over to Pepsi over Coca-Cola. There's also a video that has multiple photos of this location between 2003 and 2009, which shows what the interior looked like back then, when it still had the major 90s remodel. We can see characters such as Pizzacam were on site as late as 2003 at least, and also see that the balcony seating, some of the games and rides, the sky tubes, the showroom walls, the 90s decor, and also a few of the walkarounds during this decade. Here's one presumably from the early 2000s of a Cool Chuck walkaround, wearing the red derby. There's also one with the regular Cool Chuck hat. This one is the Avenger Chuck walkaround. We also see this photo in 2005 that shows off the major 90s remodel exterior this location received, with a cool circular awning, as well as a sign outside the store. There's also this video from 2009 which shows off the stage. Immediately, I want to point out that Munch Jr. and Pizza King were gone by this point, as well as the building and moon. Pasquale also still has both of his latex hands. The most unique parts of the setup during this time, however, was the cheerleader outfit Helen was wearing, which seems to represent the local sports team, and a boulder prop from the Showbiz Pizza days. Yeah, for some reason they kept around a boulder from the Rockfire explosion. I don't know why, but it's got to be the most random thing I've seen on a three-stage setup. Condition-wise, the animatronics look great, both cosmetically and mechanically, which is great to see. We also get to see during this time that Chuck is still wearing his Cool Chuck attire. In 2009, Fargo received the 2005 update to the 2003 Cool Chuck reconfiguration, removing showroom walls, balcony seating, had some walls painted purple, and redid the entire left-hand side of the store, leaving only the pickup window. Hey, this reminds me of something. Oh, right. Billings also had this done to their store. Like with Billings, I don't know what they redid. There isn't really anything that happened to the store in the 2010s. Aside from Rockstar Chuck being introduced, which took over the branding in the early 2010s, as well as game package changes, and also the boulder getting removed at some point, the store pretty much remained the same. This video from 2011 shows off the animatronics again, and Helen is no longer in her cheerleader attire and is back to having her regular clothing. I can't tell if the boulder is gone or not, though. Condition-wise, they're still looking great here. Surprisingly, Pasquale's latex hands are still here. A video from the same channel in 2012 shows a Chuck E. Cheese bus outside the location. This is one of the most interesting things I've seen when covering one of these locations. It's very much a one-of-a-kind thing to me, thus far. No one knows for sure what it was used for, but it may have been used to take kids on school field trips to Chuck E. Cheese? I don't know. For the rest of the decade, the show seemed to stay in good shape, with footage as late as 2018 showing the stage being in good shape. In 2020, the sky tubes would be removed from this location due to a certain pandemic. Sometime between 2018 and 2021, the show started to go downhill big time. A video from 2021 shows the stage had gone much worse in condition, with moist valves apparently causing certain character movements, like Jasper's right arm raise, to get stuck. It was very clear something had happened that caused the show to take a downhill spiral in its condition. Sometime in 2022, the franchise owners sold the store to corporate after nearly 40 years of owning the store, which caused all managers at the store to be replaced. The latest footage I could find of the location with their animatronics, taken in September of 2022, shows what their condition had become. Huck was the best, though still had issues, such as the mouth having issues opening. He still had his full Cool Chuck attire at this point too, including the hat, which is pretty cool. Launch and Jasper still had some movement, though definitely a lot less than they used to. Helen seems to barely move at all, and Scully seems to have gone so bad that they aired him down and closed his curtains. The wink also no longer worked. In December of 2022, Fargo would start their 2.0 remodel, and on December 5th would remove their animatronics, destroy them, and replace them with a 2021 model dance floor and a video wall. Apparently corporate took the wink though, which is interesting. There's also this photo which shows that the exterior temporarily had the Avenger Chuck logo, and the purple and red awning, with the rest of the exterior being 2.0. The store celebrated its grand reopening on December 28th, 2022. Honestly, it's sad to see the three-stage go out like this, being in such worse condition compared to before. In conclusion, Fargo was a very interesting store, having unique aspects such as having blue stripes over the orange stripes back in the Showbiz days, and also having Helen in a cheerleader outfit and having the boulder from the Showbiz days. Having their condition be so great for so long was also very nice to see, but also sad to see them go downhill up until the 2.0 remodel when they were removed. Thank you guys for watching this video. The story ended up being more interesting than I originally thought it was going to be, and I had no clue how good of a condition this stage was up until the past 4 years until it got 2.0. My next video will be covering a location which put their bots through a bit of a journey. Davenport, Iowa. If you're interested in seeing that video, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're notified when that video drops. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.